Hey, this message is for Gemini. If you're looking for a private reading, you can get that at betwixt.me. Alright, recent past for Gemini, please. Queen of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles. So you could have a relationship, friendship, something like that. Could be same sex, but it feels more like, it feels like trying to work with someone who has different ideals or point of views than you do. Somebody might sit cross-legged all the time. Somebody else might sit up really, really straight. It's the difference between the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles, and trying to work together in order to achieve some kind of common goal. And this may have been going on for like 8 months or something like that, but we're deciding that there is a need for a potential ending. Tower. This could just be someone around you who is suggesting that you end something. Now, I've been saying this a lot with, it feels like a lot of the readings today, in that, friends are not happy with your choices or something like that. But this feels like a Queen of Pentacles is somebody who's totally put together, and they're like, you know, you're doing a pattern. This is a friend of yours who can see a pattern. And this is an unexpected reckoning, an unexpected ending. Maybe somebody called it, said it out loud. This isn't going to work out. We're here for you. This isn't going to work out though. And maybe we didn't want to tell people about that because we were saying it was all going to be great and wonderful and everything is good, but also maybe not. And then out of nowhere, there was an ending. An ending did happen. And I don't know if we're telling people about that or whatever, but it feels like I don't want to tell them that they were right. I don't want them to know that they were right. And so in the present moment for Gemini, this is being blocked off. Somebody's feeling emotional and it's like they don't want anyone to know. They want everyone around them to think that everything is fine, that they're receiving love, that this is somebody who doesn't want their business out there. Maybe they don't trust the people that they're talking to. Maybe they don't believe them. Ace of Pentacles, Judgment, and the Ten of Wands. This could have to do with a living situation. Somebody's needing to pack up all their stuff and go down some kind of barren path. Maybe this is just somebody who is moving in silence. What I'm choosing to do isn't really anybody's business. You could have two people from your past, a King of Cups and an Emperor, that you're going to, and there is some kind of money that is to be exchanged for whatever reason. All of this could have to do with money and where it's coming from and where it's going to and what we're going to do about it. And it feels like everybody has an opinion. And I'm not sure that all of these people with all of these opinions, I'm not sure that it's any of their business. Because Nine of Cups, because it's like they're getting in your head. They're trying to show you facts and information and all of this. And they're like getting in your head. What ended? What was the thing that ended here that we don't want to tell anybody about? A King of Wands. Maybe you were having a new start with somebody, and as soon as something got serious where money was involved, they completely retracted their energy. Maybe even sort of ran away And your friends or this colleague or whoever this is probably called that. Has been saying it since the get-go, and now that it actually happened, we don't want to tell anybody. It's nobody's business. Ain't nobody's business. Mine and my baby. Because it feels like whoever this is, it was a wheel of fortune. It felt right. Everything felt wonderful and gorgeous and beautiful until it ended or got paused or something like that. And it looks like there's a chance that we're going to turn back around and try to do it again or something like that. Light bulb. Figure out how to revive this connection with this masculine. And it seems like by being a really good friend, by being a supportive, loving friend is the best way to get them to come back. Now, what do your friends say about that? I think that your friends, family, whoever these initial people are, they're like, you need to stop worrying about boys. It feels like someone here is very spiritual, or they just know. They're like, until you have your house, hearth, home, all of these things, they're trying to give you divine guidance. These are not, these people who you're saying it's none of your business, these people love you. And they're like, until you have your house, hearth, home taken care of, that you're not going to get an appropriate match for that. And they got in their head. I don't think they were trying to get in your head. It doesn't feel like malicious or anything like that, but it feels like they succeeded. What does this masculine do with this person behaving like a best friend? They start talking to you, but they make you wait. They leave you disappointed. And it's like sometime in Three of Swords. Yeah. It's like sometime in the near future here, in one way or other, this Queen of Pentacles, it feels like her point is proven. And it feels like it was a conversation about an energetic match, and if things were going to work out for you, they would. And Two of Cups, Ten of Cups. It feels like why? Why do things keep getting snatched from me? Why can't things just be on solid ground? And I feel like if you have this group of friends or whoever this is up here, maybe take their advice. I think if you have Pisces in your chart, you should watch that too. So in the near future, you have the Four of Wands, the Strength, and the Ace of Cups. It feels like this looks like self-love to me. Maybe even blocking off your heart to other people and starting to pour back into yourself. This particular card always reminds me of like Stella gets her groove back. Because you might find a Four of Wands situation, whether that's a new house, home, just something bigger, something better. And it kind of heals this Ten of Swords situation. The other thing is, with this being Seven of Swords, you might not tell anyone that it went down exactly the way that they said it was going to go down. And you go into this protective place where you're like, you know what, maybe I will take their advice. Maybe I will just pour back into myself. And it feels like there's a lot of effort being taken to not tell somebody that they were right. When really none of that needs to be worried about. These people back here are trying to do something in your best interest. And it worked out exactly the way they said it was going to work out. And then it's like you go back and talk to them and you're like, everything's great, everything's fine. I'm on top of the world. I'm being a King of Pentacles in my own life or whatever. But then you go home and you're Five of Pentacles, which is sad. And so someone just decides to surrender and they start really working on pentacles for themselves and keeping to themselves and being very kind of closed off, but they're doing all these things to assure pentacles. I heard for once. And because it's probably stressing them out. What happens with this Four of Wands here? The right thing pops up at the right time, even though it seems complicated. And whoever this mama bear person is, they probably call it out. She's an empress. And it feels like if you would just listen to me, you can have whatever you want. I'm already in Empress place. Follow my lead. If you follow my lead, I promise you I won't lead you down a dark path. And it does feel like eventually somebody spills the beans. And they're like, yeah, well, I've got this one thing figured out. I've got this new situation figured out. That's going to happen. Whatever. And like all the pentacles start, it's almost like they wait to reveal anything until the pentacles start rolling in. And once that happens, then all of a sudden you're free to tell people. But it feels like you go through a day or so of working under the radar, completely under the radar, because you don't want somebody to know that they were right about your situation. That's an ego thing, but then you solve it and figure it out. And then you share. All right. I'm going to leave that there. If you want a private reading, it's at Betwixt.me.